Hello and welcome. I've been shopping. So if you don't already know from the caption, you will now. Basically, my name is Kirby. I am the co-founder of Luviri, a cruelty-free cosmetics company based in Brisbane, Australia. And today I'm going to be doing a bit of a review and a first impressions on the MCoBeauty range from Woolworths. So what we have here today is we have the Hydrating Face Primer. So this one here is meant to give a flawless base for a makeup application while reducing the appearance of fine line, invisible, lightweight and oil-free formula that blends easily into the skin while offering long-lasting results. So we're going to jump straight into reviewing these, and I'm doing sort of a first impressions as well. For those of you that don't know who I am, as I said before, I'm the co-founder of Luviri. We are a cruelty-free cosmetics company based in Brisbane, Australia. So you can see this is more of a gel consistency. So I do already like that. My skin typically is a combination. I do get an oily T-zone. I have very sensitive and reactive skin, so I do suffer from dermatitis, eczema, keratosis pilaris, all the good stuff. So these products will work differently on my skin as they will on your skin. So this is just an impression on my skin. I have that combination. I probably popped a bit too much of that on because it actually is really nice. It's nice and cooling straight onto the skin. Yes, I have that combination, oily T-zone, really dehydrated. As you can see, I have pigmentation from being in Queensland, and I do have very reactive skin. So some of these products may react onto my skin. First off the bat, I'm noticing that this is actually super cooling on my skin. It has a slightly sort of tacky texture, which is actually perfect for when you're doing makeups, because you want that to stay on all day. I am going to take it down my neck because it's actually really nice and cooling. I was not expecting that from the first product. So it is sort of a silky feel to the skin, that slight tackiness. I wouldn't say I'm feeling extremely plump and hydrated, but it's definitely hydrating. Now it says to leave for 1 minute before you pop your foundation on. So while we're waiting for this to sort of dry down, we can go ahead and talk about the Miracle Highlight and Glow. Now when I bought this one, I was in a little bit of a rush. It was just school pickup time. So usually I would like a more full coverage foundation. This one here says that it is a light to medium coverage foundation. So we're going to try it on its own first. And then I have a little trick to try and get some more of that full pigment. So it does say on the packaging here that it has no parabens, no sulfates, no mineral oils. It's a water-based formula, hydrating formula, which we love, blurs imperfections, suitable for all skin types and tones. I have the shade medium beige. So it's sort of seeped into my skin. It's left it a little bit tacky, which is perfect for makeup applications. You want it to be that little bit tacky so that it grabs onto the skin. So we are going to go in with this one. Usually I like to use a foundation brush, and this is my MAC 170 brush. We're just going to pump some on. So you can see it is, I've done like 2.5 pumps here. It pumps out a lot, and so it looks nice and fluffy, but it's actually a very thin formula. Super hydrating though, apparently. And I would probably say it's more of a medium coverage to be honest, but we'll see how it blends out onto the skin. Not bad. Doesn't have a fragrance, which is nice because, like I said, I do have sensitive and reactive skin, so sometimes fragrance can really irritate my skin, especially synthetic fragrance. Not all fragrance in products is bad fragrance. So I know a lot of places like to promote their products as fragrance free, but I'm a bit of a believer in not all fragrance is bad fragrance. If they're heavily alcohol based fragrance, then I tend to stay away from them because they can, not all the time, but they can be a little bit drying on the skin. So I would actually say this is more of a medium coverage, which I'm actually surprised about. I thought it being water based, it would be a lot thinner consistency. And applying it with the brush, it's blending out quite easily, which I'm liking. Now on the top of my eyelids is where I do get a lot of dermatitis. So I'm always a bit funny about putting products on there, but we will see how it goes. Perfect. Now this one, it's supposed to be a Hydra Glow oil-free foundation, so it's instantly going to boost my radiance while offering intense hydration and comfort that doesn't feel tight or dry. So it's not giving me luminosity straight off the bat, maybe on camera a little bit. On my skin, it's okay. It's not the best foundation I've ever used, but we are going to see how it works in with my skin during the day. We'll do a bit of a wear test. I will come back and give you some updates. On the camera, it's actually looking really pretty. On my skin, we will just have to wait and see, I guess. Okay, so that is our foundation. You can see on there, I actually think it's a pretty great color match for my skin, to be honest, which is hard because you're going off this picture here, so it's hard to sort of match up to your skin in a supermarket, but I think that's a pretty good match. I guess because it is a medium to light foundation coverage, you do have a little bit of, because your skin's going to be shining through underneath, it doesn't have to be the absolute perfect match. So I guess that's one good thing about when you're trying to find your shade in a product. If it is that light to medium coverage, you've got a little bit of room for error in that. I did, however, go onto their website and they had a foundation matcher before I bought the products. I was going to buy them off their website, and then I found that Woolworths was having a half price sale, so perfect. I will let you know. So for the, I'm just trying to find, for the foundation, it was half price at $14. I'm just trying to find, the primer was half price at $10. Now, we are going to try the brow pencil. So this one here is in the shade medium dark. So with this one, it is supposed to give a long-lasting water-resistant brow pencil with a retractable design, fine precision tip for hair-like strokes, and a brow grooming brush. So it is water resistant, ultra thin pen, and retractable. So we'll open this one up. So the brow pencil was half price at $7. Okay, so you can see it is a super fine pencil. They did have a couple of different options for your brows. It's got the little spoolie on the end here. I chose this one basically because I'm always tinting my eyebrows anyway. I don't really need that full coverage. My eyebrows are tattooed on as well, so I don't really need to fill in a lot of my brows, just some parts. And this is actually going on really easily. So the precision tip is meant to be able so you can draw on hair strokes at the start of your brows so you don't get that sort of block brow. And that's actually a really nice eyebrow pencil. I do like that. So sort of see the colour there. It is more of a warmer colour. It's definitely not on the darker shade, which is supposed to be the medium dark, but I'm not mad about it because they didn't have a huge range of colours, so it was kind of like light to medium or medium to dark. So that one actually is a pretty good match for my brows there as well. So I'm going to say I'm actually really liking this brow pencil. I actually do think if it is water resistant and does last all day without moving, I will probably grab a couple of these to keep in my kit. Because $7, you cannot go wrong with that. And I actually really like the way it's sitting on the skin. It's easy to use, it doesn't feel dry, so I will keep you updated on that, because sometimes pencils can feel a bit dry. This is definitely more of a creamy consistency. I have found in the past too, some of my, because I do get that oily T-zone, sometimes brow pencils tend to oxidize and go a lot darker on my skin. So we'll see how that wears during the day. I definitely should have waxed my brows before I did this, but that's fine. Okay, so now I'm going to try the MCoBeauty concealer. So this is supposed to be a full coverage concealer. Please excuse the state of my old concealer, but I think we are finding a dupe for the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, which is one of my absolute faves. So let's give this a go. This concealer was $10. I can't remember how much I paid for the Tarte, but it was definitely a lot more than $10. So if this is a dupe, we're onto a good thing. I don't know, maybe it's just the packaging. They've kind of gone for the same, but I feel like why would you want to create a very similar packaging when you're trying to keep up with this sort of cult favorite product? So we have got, yeah, the large doe foot applicator. Again, let's have a look at these together. Slight difference. That could also be because mine is a lot older, but the doe foot is a lot smaller in the MCoBeauty one, but I think this one's a bit overkill anyway when you're trying to get into the eye area. Now, let's just go straight in. It has a fragrance, kind of like marshmallow. I don't actually know what that is. Smells nice though. So it's going to smooth and brighten the eye area, appear bright, which is what smooth and brighten means, but okay. It's crease proof, won't cake or settle, brightens dark circles, blurs imperfection, and applies easy with a jumbo speed smoother. I'm just going to grab my mirror and have a look. Now right off the bat, I can feel this has alcohols in it because it's warming up underneath my eye area, which kind of scares me a little bit, but we will see. Like I said, I have super sensitive and reactive products, and I actually think that probably is because it has got that fragrance in there. Doesn't say anything about the fragrance. I got the shade Light, so it's actually, the shade in my Tarte is medium light, and I didn't feel like this one was too light. I wish I knew what that smell, that fragrance was. Apparently I'm supposed to look refreshed and awake. It definitely has covered. It was really easy to blend out. It is starting to crease already, which is annoying because it's supposed to be a crease-free formula. So maybe if I do sort of if I set it with some powder, maybe that will be better. I don't generally like to use too much powder on my face though, but I may have to for this one. I'm going to take in, trying to keep in with like your drugstore brand, the Morphe Banana setting powder, and I'm just going to pop the tiniest bit underneath here because I didn't buy a setting powder with this. And we will see how that goes. I had high hopes for that one. Fingers crossed it works well. My skin is, like I said before, super, it's just come out of a breakout, so that's why I'm kind of doing this video now, because I don't know when my next dermatitis breakout will be, and then I won't be able to do videos again, so that's why I'm doing this now. So my skin is quite dehydrated and dry just from the treatments I've been doing on my skin. I'm trying to get that hydration back into my skin, so that's why I thought using these hydrating products from MCoBeauty would be the way to go. Now we are going to, which I'm really super excited about, is this cream contour. So this is apparently a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury. It is a cream contour product. I've got the shade medium dark, $14, half price. So it's just a pull top. Alright, so we've got this little sponge applicator here. That feels really nice. I'm excited to try this. There's an on-off thing here, so I think we have to turn it to on and then squeeze. Ooh, that was satisfying. Okay, I'm a little bit scared. This is medium dark. I see people just putting the 3 dots on like this. Let's make my hairline and the jawline here. Do I want to do my nose? Yeah. Okay, so I've used the tiniest amount, and that's pretty much done my full face. I'm just going to start to blend upwards. That was super easy. I'm a little bit scared. Where did it go? It's just blended so easy. Okay, let's try up here. don't know if it's disappearing or if it's blending on it. There we go. Maybe I need to pop a tiny bit more on my cheek area. Yeah, that looks better. Now that I've probably got a little bit more on my brush. It's definitely sculpting. That's awesome. Really, really easy product, especially for someone if you haven't used cream contours. I know that that colour seemed really dark and I was a bit worried. That was so cool. Just sort of buffs away but blends in so effortlessly. Did you see that? It literally took me seconds. Usually when I'm doing my, a lot of time I'll use darker concealer or a darker foundation shade for my cream bronzer, and it takes me a while to actually blend that out. That looks super, super nice and natural. Ooh, I actually love that. Okay, that may be my favorite so far, which I'm excited to try the highlighter now because that is the same. I am just going to take a tiny bit of that concealer to just sculpt out where we've just highlighted. I am so excited for that. That is amazing. That looks so good. I love it. Okay, so at the moment, I'm super excited. I found two really cool products that I'm absolutely obsessed with. These two, the brow pencil and the contour. I'm so glad that I tried this. It was actually amazing. Now, we are going to go into our cheek tint and lip tint. So I thought I would get a 2-in-1 because I want this to be like a very simple makeup as well. I don't know, it's like Christmas. Now that I've found products that I really like, I didn't have very high hopes, but now I'm like, oh my god, I love them. So, this one here is a complements natural skin tones. A little goes a long way. I'm glad I read that because I would have gone straight in. Quick drying and long wearing and blendable. So, I've got this in the shade Dusk. No fragrance. It's weird that this one has been the only one with fragrance so far out of the whole range, I think. Yep, no, that one just smells like makeup. So, strange. Ooh, okay. So, that is that there. I do see what they mean about a little goes a long way. So, let's give that a go. Where'd it go? We need to pop it on wet. Well, that's pretty. Very subtle colour. I'm scared because they've said a little bit goes a long way that I'm going to go to. Oh, that is really pretty. That is a stunning colour. I think I've put too much on this one and I'm scared. No. That blends out so easy just using your fingers. That is really cool. I'll put a little bit more on here. A little bit on the nose. I like that sort of sun-kissed look. Tiny, tiny bit over the nose. That is really pretty. I like it. Now, it says we can use this on our lips as well. That is pretty. I like that. That's a really pretty colour. So that is in the shade Dusk. And I actually really like that too. This is kind of perfect for that no makeup look. Really liking it, which I'm surprised. Alright. So pretty much at the moment the only things I wouldn't rush out to buy is the foundation and the concealer, but that is just my personal preference at the moment because the foundation is sitting a little bit strange on my skin. I really liked the primer. I'm really loving, this is my absolute favourite so far. I really like this tint and I love the brow pencil, but we have got 2 more things to go. Lip oil. I am excited about this one. To be honest, my daughter and I have already used this and we actually really like it. It's really nice. So this lip oil is enriched with jojoba oil. It treats your lips, gives a long wearing shine. Rich ultra nourishing oil, helps with dehydration without leaving a sticky finish. So